Severnan National Report on Severna. So this is the report for 1976 to 1977. So it runs August to August. So in the last video we saw quite a bit of development going on the east side of the island in Serra, which was the development of a new shipyard, residential areas, and waste handling facility as well was included in that. So we'll see in this video just kind of the progress of that, and then obviously what I've done since then as well. So Severna's all going pretty well. So you can see there they are the constructions we completed last time. So they're all under construction at the moment, and this is the city of Severna. Just by chance, it has just happened to become the largest sort of district. Started off, very small. Severna was was actually the first residential district, which is on the opposite side of the island. That's on the western side. And Severna was basically just founded as it's where the refinery was, but as we find, the oil field here is actually really big and has a lot of oil, and basically was the reason the island was kind of founded. So as those refineries have expanded, it's then obviously led to just more and more build up. More people need more facilities need more people. So there's quite a lot of construction going on at the moment. So in Severna, you may or may not know, but all national, well, not all, but most goods on the island are transported by rail. So that includes all construction goods. So I don't have like one construction yard kind of thing. I have multiple stores all across the island. So wherever the construction is going on, the traffic's not having to move very far. So there's different construction yards for the northeast, south, and west side of the island. As once your republic gets pretty large, you will start to notice a drop in performance. So the more that you can plan ahead for this, and the less vehicles you can have on the road, the more efficient you can make your transport and your goods distribution, all the better. And also much later on in the game, if you're just relying on road freight, you will struggle to keep your shops supplied with food, and you will end up having to import unless you do what I do, which is in the center. It's pretty simple really. You do need mods for it. I always forget to say that. A lot of the building, I very rarely use any of the default buildings in the game. So I will put a list below of the list of mods that I use. Obviously not all of them are included in the game, but I will try and just highlight the primary ones that I use, and one of those will be the storage yard. So we can see the construction is coming on well. We've got lots of movement there, and also due to switching over to nuclear power, I have now mothballed all of Severna's major fossil fuel burning plants. So there's 2 coal plants there in North Severna, and then in central near Severna we've got that gas turbine power plant there, which is shut down. I don't want to demolish them, just in case I have any trouble. I can just run them back up, and Severna's got a supply of power. So the SNT television broadcasting studios there has been expanded. The plastic waste facility here in Serra is coming along nicely. I do have to make some changes to that, but the new incinerator in Severna has now entered operation, and as you can see there, it's clearing that backlog of rubbish, garbage, waste, whatever you call it, pretty quickly. So yeah, so that has really made an impact, as you may know that obviously trying to get rid of all the waste is quite a lot, and I don't have any landfills on Severna. It's one of my little things, so it's all exported via ship after it's been burnt, obviously. That's the new refinery that I mentioned being constructed there in Severna. So we're entering into the winter now, and due to the extra oil use, we have expanded the oil field. Well, I have expanded the oil fields going up the coast towards the up the northern coast of the island. This area is reserved for, I don't really want to develop this area, this north eastern quadrant of the island, but needs must. This unfortunately was required as the extra load of oil, extra sort of usage of the oil, led to a few problems with the heating system, which does still rely a lot on, well, very much on on oil. I am trying to change that over to electric heating, but it does cause a lot of problems. It's hard simply just to distribute the amount of energy that is needed unless you plan to build a power plant at each point. So it's good as a subsidy to substart, but I think your main heating as the game stands at the moment is most efficient via fossil fuel burning. Unfortunately, I wouldn't recommend coal as it is quite damaging, quite polluting. So here we can see the SNN broadcasting transmitter being built. So Severna will be able to broadcast much further afield into mainland Europe and Great Britain, sharing the message of socialism. And also this is future-proof. So once the internet is invented, Severna will be able to have 5G pretty quickly. I mean, look at that beautiful thing. It's a real building somewhere in the world, I'm sure, but I think it does look pretty cool there with the transport house, the spire building in the background. I think they just balance each other out quite nicely. So the shipyard in Syria has been completed, and also just behind there you can see that some citizen facilities, a large park and church are being built for the workers of the shipyard. And then with the excavated soil that was taken to build the shipyard there, we have managed to reclaim some land and build a hotel on this side of the island, as there is on this side, in the eastern side of the island. There aren't any hotels. The only hotels that Severna has at the moment can be found in Severna Australis, or Severna Australis, on the south coast of the island. But I have built a new passenger dock on this eastern side, as it is a bit nearer to the new sort of leisure area that I'm building near the Civitas, the National Plaza, a couple of videos ago. So that's coming on quite nicely now. The next video that I put out will be a video about of that being constructed, and I'll just point at, just show you what I've done. That's sort of build a theme park on the island, as there was recently another mod that came out that does do some quite nice fairground and leisure buildings. It's got like a roller coaster and such. So I will be showcasing those in the next video once that's done. So you see the hotel here is coming along quite nicely. I think it's quite a nice building there. And you've got the Ferris wheel all lighting up in different colours. And then just there on the left side of the screen there, you can see that's the new passenger dock. And the Severna Star, which will be the ship bringing the new tourists to the island, will be constructed in the shipyard next door, just as soon as I get the resources over there. Because at the moment, I've got 3 separate rail distribution yards, and at the moment they are all maxed out. I simply can't add any more jobs to it, so I think I'm going to have to construct another one pretty soon and buy some more trains to do that. So that's the hotel all completed and decorated. I've just put a few few stones and rocks around some decorative items there, some beach what they call them, beach chairs, deck chairs, and things. And then I've sort of jury rigged there that kind of little water feature thing. So in like that would be a little pool that it was seawater, but you were a little bit inside, and then them rocks you can climb and dive on, and you've got the nice fountain there. It's kind of like a play area, for the guests of the island out there in the sea, and they can sit and watch the ships being built just near them. And also when ships are launched, it's also a bit of an attraction. People can come and swim in that pool as the ships are launched, creating a big bow wave. Would you call it? Would it be called bow displacement wave? Which would then wash over up there and be pretty cool for everyone. So the plastic waste management, I'd kind of built it sort of wrong. I didn't realise I had to have the separation plant first, so I've had to add that in past it. So I've got a new residential tower. I like these star towers. These I think they're good to just round off a district. If you see what I mean, they kind of like smooth it all off. I think that's pretty nice. And there we go. The transmitter is now completely completed, and we've got the little Ferris wheel there, and a little leisure area just there for guests of Severna Television. And we've also now got the island's first planetarium, which can be accessed by all citizens on the island, as every district has a train that comes to this station just there on the left, that Holden station. So this is a place where citizens can come and learn about the universe. And I do plan as well for the Severnans to investigate their geology a lot more and learn a bit more about Severna. Just kind of, just an idea that I have that, imagine if there was this, small island just in the middle of the North Sea that through a few circumstances ended up becoming socialist. Almost like a reverse of, say, Hong Kong. No, it would be Hong. But yeah, because it's a socialist island. So it's like a reverse of Hong Kong. So it's basically like a socialist island nation in the middle of a load of capitalist nations. So yeah, this little North Sea here, and luckily it does have the oil supply, which is how it is literally able to build this. But instead of that oil revenue going into the back pockets of corporations, it could give it to the Severnans. So that's the report for 1976 to 1977. Please stay tuned for the upcoming video about the fairground. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!